Hey guys, in this video I'm going to explore the subdivision app, or applet. So you can see what I've got over here is a rectangle which I'm subdividing into parcels. And the way that works is you target either a frontage or an area, and you split or don't split, and then you set the spine either equal to a manual spine or to an automatically generated spine, and then you set the targets. And so we have an inner and an outer in manual mode. The inner parcels are these parcels, and the outer parcels are those ones on the caps, the end caps. And so here I'm targeting, if I just go back to auto mode, I'm targeting an inner, in which case everything's inner. So on auto, everything's inner. I'm targeting an inner frontage of 14 meters. And if I show that overlay, you'll see what I mean, 14.3 meters. And I've got no absolute minimums. So very, very simple. Now, what I'm going to show you is kind of fun, which is a subdivision of a subdivision. So say we've got these super lots here, right? And by super lots, I mean the boundary around many lots. Okay, so I'm going to draw a big old lot that has it's sort of 870 by 340. And I'm going to subdivide that lot, and I'm going to open the flow builder, and we don't want sorry, incorrect. We don't want the sites, so I'm actually going to take the envelopes and I'm going to then subdivide them. Okay, and you can see I'm getting the previews. So I want to subdivide the super lot into 4 rather than kind of 15 or whatever this is. So the inner, I'm going to target a frontage, but I'm going to target a frontage of 400. I'm just going to target a frontage of 450. Okay, that's what I'm wanting. And the setbacks that I'm wanting, rather than 24, 24, I'm going to go 0 front setback and 10 and 10 on the side and the rear. And so that's going to give me a 20 meter road reserve between the front and the back. And then I am going to subdivide the lots there and pull out the site. So site comes down here, and I'm going to apply the usage landscape. And then on the envelope, so on this subdivision, just 2, I'll set the rear setback to say 10 meters, the side setback to 1, the front to 3, and the target I'll set to 15. Okay, cool. And I'll apply the usage residential, and I'll set the number of levels equal to 2. Okay, so here's what's happening. We're taking a feature, we're subdividing it, and we're pulling out the envelopes rather than the sites. Now we could pull out the sites, but the thing with the sites is they touch, right? And so if I subdivide them, then everything touches. So I use the envelope so that I can leverage the setbacks to separate my subparcels. So then I don't even bother about the site. And then I pull out the sites, call them landscape, pull out the envelopes, call them residential, and I save my changes. And if I crank that opacity up, we can see what is going on. That is a monster subdivision. All right, how good's that? Now, it's quite big. So I would actually say, like, although it's matching these, in terms of length, they're probably a bit wide. So you probably do something like that and then do another one. But maybe I want a slightly smaller block size, in which case I can do that. So I can open this, and you can see now there's 2 subdivision lots because it's the first subdivision. We're targeting that inner frontage of 450. And then the output of that comes to the second subdivision, targeting that distance of 15. So if I go to the first one, and rather than 450, adding up to about 900, so that's where that sort of 880 comes from. Maybe if we target 300, so we divide this thing into 3, right, we get a better form for what we're trying to do here. And I would also say these buildings are probably a little bit long at this point. So 46 meters, so we can definitely extend the rear setbacks. So the rear setbacks on the residential are coming from the second subdivision algorithm. They're currently set to 10, so why don't we set them to 20? There we go. And 1.6 for the sides. And that's looking cool. Now, I have a passion for row housing. So set the 0 setback, set a 2 meter, 0 side setback, 2 meter front setback, and an even deeper 25 meter rear setback. And boom, we've got some lovely row housing. We could even add a level here, couldn't we? So in that output, add a level. Boink. All right, and we're just generating a whole bunch of geometry very, very quickly by using the subdivision algorithm 2 times in a row.